Today on DIY Men, we're building a 6x6 dining room table. This should seat up to 12 people, and it's a super easy build. Here's a quick look at the materials I used for this project. I think it costs around $120 for the whole thing. Let's start this table by cutting these 2x12s into 6 pieces that are 6 foot long. Spend a little bit more time and make these cuts as precise as possible. You'll thank yourself later. We also want to cut that 2x10 to 6 foot. Next, we'll set up our table saw to cut a 1/4 inch off of one side of all of these boards. Once you cut all 6 of these, set your table saw to 10 3/4 inches and run the boards back through, cutting off the other side. Now trim a 1/4 inch off of one side of that 2x10. Once that's done, you'll flip that over and you'll cut this one to 7.5 inches. Now let's attach all 7 of these boards with pocket screws and a little bit of wood glue. Spend a little bit more time and make sure that your boards are really even when you're joining these. By doing that, it can really save you a lot of time in sanding, which is probably one of my least favorite parts. Let's cut out the legs. If you want your table to be 30 inches tall, cut the 4x4s to 28.5 inches long. To give it a cool look on the bottom, I drew a line 1 inch all the way around on the bottom of each of these. Using our miter saw, we're going to cut a 45-degree bevel on each of these 4 sides. We'll do this to all 4 of the legs. I forgot to show these in the material list earlier, but to attach these legs, I'm using 2-inch double-headed lag screws. Start by making a mark 4 1/4 inches from each side. This is where the center of the leg is going to be. Now mark the center on the top of each leg. Now let's pre-drill some small holes in these marks. Use a pair of vice grips to install one side of the lag screw into the leg. Then the leg should screw straight to the table in that pre-drilled mark. Now just wash, rinse, and repeat. Let's cut our 2x4s into 4 5-foot boards. On all 4 of these boards, put 2 pocket holes on each side. We also want to put plenty of pocket holes so these braces can attach to the tabletop. The more the better on a table this big. Now let's attach these to the leg and the table using pocket screws and wood glue. I didn't even measure these, I put them right in the center of the legs. You'll be surprised at what the Mark I eyeball is capable of. Now you can sand down the whole table, but a hand plane does make it way easier to even out these joints before you do that. Once that's complete, you can fill in any gaps with a wood filler. Then the table's ready to sand. Let's finish out this table the easy way today. For the legs and bracing, I used a hunter green paint. For the tabletop, I used a dark walnut stain and a couple coats of polyurethane. Thanks again for watching DIY Man. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe so you can keep track of my latest builds.